get the action underway. And here we go. In white and red is FC London going from your left to your right on your screens at home. And in the all blue is Pro Stars FC. There's a goal scorer, Patrick Mello. He's going to play it down to this defensive side as Fawcett picks up that ball. This is up wide for Wilson. Wilson's going to control this one. He gets tricked up.
Ladies and gentlemen, a substitution at halftime for Pro Stars FC. Coming into the match, number 13, Dominic Paris. Paris into the match.
Fawcett puts that ball down, gives it back to Heath, and after that free kick, we're back and reset here. Long ball coming up from Ribeiro, trying to get it over the head of Sansonetti. Can't get that one over, but still continues here with Gopal. Puts it back in for Mello. Mello's going to play this one down the line, and Wilson is going to hold this one into the corner. Wilson looking for some support, gets him in Ethan Gopal, and he's going to retreat probably back towards his defense, and they're going to look for a new angle to attack. We mentioned this first half. FC London team very patient with the ball, don't like to force it up the line, and a bad example right there with Ribeiro, but play will resume here with Pro Stars in the possession. So keep an eye with this FC London squad as they lead 1-0. Very tough team to score against. As we'll take a look here on the out-of-town scoreboard, Derby FC picked home a huge victory over Toronto Scales, winning 8-0 in that match. They now sit provisionally in a playoff spot, depending on these results here in this game and the couple other games going on currently in League One Ontario. At the halftime break, Woodbridge lead Unionville 1-0, which is not a good result for Derby FC, we just mentioned. And Vaughan, after a weather delay, is currently up over Aurora, as Cabal got a goal in that match, a 1-0. They're in the first half as well into that game. So if you want to keep up to date with all the games going on, visit www.league1ontario.com or follow League One Ontario on your Twitter sphere and be able to get the minute-by-minute updates, as Pro Stars will get a free kick onto almost the corner of the penalty area. Martinez is getting ready to take this one. He's got players lined up towards the far post. 2 substitutions used early as Edwards and Abdul Mumini came into the game. This one's going to get around the penalty mark. Pro Stars player does get ahead on that one. Did they get the second opportunity? No, but they're going to try to put this one back in. But Chambers gets it knocked away from him. And now London has an opportunity to go the other way. It's a 3-on-2 break. It's Ethan Gopal crashing in through on the right side. He's going to try and drive a low cross, and it goes right between the 2 white jerseys as Alvarez and Wilson weren't able to get onto the end of that one. And that's a missed opportunity there for FC London, as they had an odd man opportunity onto the Pro Stars FC net after that chance going in.
Good hustle.
First time tuning into League One, it's a standards-based Pro-Am League. Division 3 with 16 teams in the men's division, 14 teams in the women's division. It's entering its 6th season as the official talent pipeline to the Canada Premier League, the CPL. Come see Toronto Stars today as we see a foul getting called for FC London into Pro Stars territory as they try to play a little bit of an advantage. We'll make sure to keep an eye on the other games going on in those League One Ontario standings, and we'll let you know who's currently sitting where later on in this second half. But we already have confirmed Oakville Blue Devils will be the #1 team going into the playoffs. And if Vaughan does pick up the 3 points here, they will go into second place. So all the games do have meanings in. And we're having some words as Kamal Reed is getting told to go towards the sidelines before re-entering. Harris not too happy with that either, has some awards for referee Brian Butler. It looks like we're ready to get action underway here with the free kick for FC London, and Reed will be hoping to get himself back into the game quickly. Goal from Ribeiro. Settles in, and there's a side-footed volley, and that one was skipping. And it hits off the post and wide as Wilson had a good opportunity on to goal as that one hit off the post and just went by. But that's what you see when you have a very wet grass. The ball will pick up speed. So as a goalie, you got to be diving a much earlier than you usually would expect it to come at you, because that ball actually, as it stays on the grass while it's wet, will actually pick up speed as it gets closer towards your net. So you got to be staying on your toes and reacting much earlier as any type of goalkeeper. So Sokolsky as well, he's got to be on his toes for FC London. Tripp getting knocked down there as Gopal was brought down onto the far sideline. Another free kick there. Not too many fouls into that first half, just 6 coming into this second half, but we're already reaching up to that first half total here early into this second half. As they're going to try and chip this forward to get onto the run of Alvarez. Alvarez does well to keep this one in play. He's going to battle in the corner, but the assistant referee says he didn't keep it over that goal line, so we'll go all the way back forward. Goal kick for Pro Stars FC goalkeeper Christian Campanico. Looking towards the benches on both sides, you've seen Pro Stars FC already bring on a couple of their players. And if they do keep this scoreline, they might make one more offensive type substitutions. And you'll see FC London usually making later. Ben Weisheft is a normal one of the first substitutes to come off the bench, as well as Bilal Halbouni. Keep an eye on those 2 guys to enter the game for FC London on substitution-wise as we go on. As they have a good run coming in on the side, as they'll just be guided out by the defender Jeremy Arnold, just following it behind it to make sure no cross opportunity went out. And we have a goal kick for Sokolsky. As we currently look on to this League 1 Ontario standings, we have Oakville Blue Devils sitting in first place with 38 points, followed by Alliance with 36. Vaughan is just behind with the game in hand in 34 points. Masters has had themselves a great season as they've been sitting outside the playoffs the last couple of years. They look to make a good run, sitting in 4th with 30. Sigma is in 5th, followed by North Mississauga, who picked up a huge win over the weekend to not only win that, but the Credit Cup made by the Mississauga supporters between the Mississauga teams. As we have a through ball played in a little bit too strong for Ethan Gopal, and Campanico makes the save. So North Mississauga picks up 6th place, and they got themselves into the playoffs as a young team. Currently, right now, Derby sits in 7th with 23 points, but a lot of that can change here with the FC London squad. With the win here, would jump up to 25. Woodbridge is on that edge as well, sitting with 22, followed by Aurora sitting outside with 21. So a lot of play to go. These final 3 games in the League 1 Ontario season all have big meanings towards who can make it in the playoffs and who won't make it in. Now here's Gopal. He's got Fawcett joining up with him onto the attack. He's going to be able to cut inside, and he's going to drive him towards the penalty area, trying to split between the 2 defenders. But a good job there coming in from Harris, forces him out, and that's going to allow his goalkeeper to pick up the ball. Abdul Mumini finds the ball. He's going to send it to Martinez. It's going to go on to the right side. And that's Edwards breaking in on the right side. He's going to try a cross. That takes the deflection off. The FC London player right to the waiting hands of Sokolsky. And he's going to throw this one out quickly to start an FC London counter-attack the other way. But Wilson, unfortunately, has that one bounce quickly off his foot. Campanico now with a good clearance, trying to get it over to Harris on this near side. Couldn't get it towards him as it goes out for a throw, and they're going to play a quick 1-2 right off the touch. Ribeiro plays it up the middle, finds Alvarez. Alvarez, a couple bodies around him, gets it knocked away from him from Reed, and now Chambers wants to lead an attack for Pro Stars the other way. Some good bursts of speed coming out from Chambers, gets around a couple of players, and Heath will shift over and poke that ball away. Good hustle coming in from the center back for FC London, shutting down the burst of speed from Chambers. If Heath wasn't able to get to that one, he would have been in free onto the goal. Sansonetti tried to play the ball on this left side, too strong though for Abdul Mumini. And he's not able to get to that as London will get himself some throwing. 1-0 in this match here. We're just 10 minutes into this second half. As London sitting perfectly with a win here would make the League One Ontario playoffs with this result. And we gotta say, going into the playoffs, it'd be a very intimidating team to go against. It would be undefeated in 5 straight games going into the playoffs. So that's the type of momentum you would want to have going into that playoff rounds in this home and home light affair. As Arnold does well to pick that ball away from Devonye Edwards. Gets himself a throw in right by that corner flag. Pro Stars FC missing their top 2 scorers here in Aurora and Raman here in this match. It's got to try to figure out who can be that player to get them that all-important goal to tie this game up. Could it be Chambers or could it be one of their substitutes in Edwards or Abdul Momini? Fawcett is going to play someone up the line, too strong, he's going to go ball, and going to be forced backwards is Cincinnati, and London's going to put a high press in onto the goalkeeper and forces a tough kick there as Gopal is going to try and see if he can make him pay as he holds this ball into the near corner. Gopal is going to try and chip this forward, trying to find the other Gopal, can't find Chad unfortunately, and for him, and it gets knocked outside for the FC London throw. Just 2 yellow cards issued by referee Brian Butler in the first half. Abubala picked up the first yellow card. He got substituted off late in the first half, and Simpson picked up the second one. So the center back for Pro Stars has got to be careful here not to get too aggressive onto those challenges as we play in the second half as it gets played up high. Here's Edwards onto the far side. He gets some help from his midfield, some good passing, but nicely read there by Arnold, and he's now going to lead an attack the other way. Chad Gopal leaves it back towards his midfield. Some good 1-2 touch passing, sends in Wilson. Wilson backheels it there. He might have had an opportunity to turn and fire, but he wanted to play it back towards his midfielder, and it's going to allow Pro Stars to try to attack the other way. Some good hustle coming up from the midfield to hustle to get back in the position as he'll force it out for a Pro Stars throw, but they're going to continue on the attack here as Chambers will get this ball off the throw-in. Chambers with a nice little move gets around Mello, but wasn't able to retrieve the ball after the move. Gopal backheels it into the midfield for Alvarez. Alvarez gets it taken away from him. Both teams trying to get control of this game in a lot of back and forth here in the second half. Neither team have been able to get control of this half just yet. But might get a chance here without doing Momini playing a nice ball down the right side. Can Edwards hustle to reach this one? No, he cannot. Just too far ahead of him as it'll go out for a goal kick. Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and is the leading provider of sport life management tools for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. That is Sports Engine. And again, you got to credit to the leadership here from Sikowski here, constantly communicating with his team, letting me know he's already killing a few seconds onto the clock, trying to be as patient as possible. They know the result they have is good enough, but they can't allow this Pro Stars team to get into the game. So any chance they can, they're going to try to slow the pace down and get it to more towards FC London's favor. As we have an offside against Pro Stars, and I gotta admit I'm just as puzzled as the Pro Stars bench onto that one, as the player who ran onto the ball wasn't even in line with the FC London defenders. He was ahead of him, so very mysterious call by the assistant referee. That's Jason Valancourt, but Again, the assistant referee has the best view onto that one. As we get a nice touch from the ball boy here, get some applause from the fans here as play will resume. Simpson gonna hit this one high in the air. Heath wins that ball in the air, but Reed will pick up the second ball. And again, just an example right there on a touch and pass that you normally would be able to receive and get, not able to get to it just due to the wet turf. As we get forward, as he gets knocked out by Harris. Fawcett's going to send it into Ribeiro in his own end. Touch it over to Mello. Nice little run from Gopal. Is able to shake himself away from Harris, and he's got himself some space. He's in Gopal. Back towards the midfield. Mello's going to chip this up. It's going to be settled in by Alvarez. Alvarez is going to try to drive around Simpson, and he gets himself a goal kick. However, he just can't reach onto that one, as O'Dane Simpson does a good job shielding him away from that one. Capanico, though, wants to play this one in quickly, as he's going to try to get Pro Stars to go on to the attack. Dominique can't get it forward. And there was a second substitution. I must have missed that one as well at halftime. So I see Nicholas Gowie, who's into the game, into the central midfield. As he got an open player on the near side, as Arnold's going to have a lot of space to carry this ball up. Wilson has that one hop off his foot. Striker for FC London's having a tough time right now getting control of this ball. Simpson trying to shake himself away from a couple players. Will pass it off. He looks towards the referee there, expecting a foul there. As he felt like he got knocked down after he picked someone up. The play will continue here with the Pro Stars in possession, but that pass from Abdelmamini is a little too strong to get to Duvanier Edwards. And he'll go up for throwing. So already a little bit of a tactical switch again here from Coach Medeiros for Pro Stars. Edwards has come onto this left wing now, and he's going to switch over to the right side. Is Chambers. So a little bit of burst and speed going on to that right side. Arnold does. Fawcett disagrees with the assistant referee. He didn't think that whole ball went out of play. Reed into the midfield. There's a touch there from Galley. Galley gets the return pass, but it hits off of his knee. However, but Pro Stars continue to go for it as FC London can't clear it away. There's Chambers, and he tries to work his way forward, and he wins his team a free kick. There's that burst of speed coming in from Darren Chambers once again. And this time he gets knocked down just on the edge of the penalty area. And this is almost, you're caught in between. Is this a shooting distance or is this a crossing type of distance? So in this type of situation, I almost want to kind of just aim it towards the goalkeeper and then sort of across and hope that one of your players attacking the net can just get a little piece on it. If you have a left-footed taker, it's a shot. Right-footed taker, you want to put him more of a cross. And it looks like you got a right-footed taker in this one, so you expect a little bit more of an out curl. So if you're Sikowski, you're not too worried about a shot, I would think, from this system. If so, it would be a very tough one for him to be able to get it over the wall and into the net. Full credit to him. Gets it over the wall. There's a save. There's a loose ball. Players are bouncing on it, and it somehow gets cleared away. As they're able to get the shot on the net, as Kamal Reed did well to get that one onto goal. And that's exactly what you want. You wanted to get something that got them into the net. It gets deflected aside. Sikowski can't control that. There was a tussle of players trying to get onto the end of it, but no one was able to put it in. There's another corner kick coming in. This one's going to get looped up high towards the far post, but it's going to get called back for the back, and the goal will be disallowed. It looks like we had a couple players on heads as well, and they will require the training staff. So the referee called that one right away before that cross was even played. And there was a hard push onto the back on the far post. But a great shot there. Murray doing exactly what we were mentioning right before that free kick. Get it onto the goal, play more of a cross, force some type of save, or get someone to put a deflection on it. Just unfortunately, no blue jerseys was able to just put it home into the open goal. For your information, the rosters, match previews, recaps, video photography, and more, go to www.L1OM.com. All matches are recorded and available on the L1OM Ontario YouTube channel by the next day. So if you want to rewatch this game, make sure to tune in tomorrow. And keep an eye out for the highlight packages and the featured video magazine, The 12th Man, which focuses on spotlighting talent from all across the league. As we mentioned earlier, this week's feature took behind the scenes to Windsor TFC. And a lot of the teams have already been looked upon on the 12th Man series. So if you want to learn about any of these teams, you can go in behind and check that out on YouTube. Both players, after getting their bell rung, will be able to get back onto their feet, and they're going to walk towards the sideline. Looks like both players are ready to re-enter the game. After play will resume with the free kick after the push. There's a high looping move. Doing well to win that in the air was Wilson, and Gopal is going to hustle to try to keep that one in play, and he does well to knock it off of the Pro Stars player, and he wins himself a throw-in. Quickly taken, gets it over towards Mello in the midfield as he takes it down the line. Gopal puts his hand up saying, "My bad, man. Good pass, good idea." And this time it's going to go right towards the favor as we see FC London players starting to get some warm-ups happening behind the bench. They'll start to possibly look towards some substitutions as this game starts to progress. Like we said, the usual substitutions, we usually see Halboon and Weishaft, the two players we normally see coming into the game. So we'll see what time they start to enter. But we have Edwards now. Trying to find someone to pass that ball towards him. He doesn't give a good pass to Reed, but Reed does well to recover. Harris is going to look to switch this one now. Does this one behind the air. Good job there from McAuliffe, able to keep it in front of him, but not able to get it forward. As some words from Captain Martinez letting Harris know next time play that ball shorter, not too high in the air. Chambers not giving up on that one, but he's not able to win it off of Nafar. And like we mentioned, Nafar, one of the stronger players in League One with ball control, showing why right there, staying on his feet and able to get around the couple blue jerseys on the attack on him. So that is why he's one of the stronger midfielders, just ball control wise in League One. Chambers trying to flip it up, gets it over to Martinez. Lopez trying to chip it up, can't get his way through. Check out his Galley trying to work his way in forward as Martinez gets knocked down for a free kick, and Pro Stars is going to take this one in quickly. Gets it over to the far side for Edwards. Edwards tries to check it inside, but can't get any further. Now Alvarez trying to hit it up and get drive by Harris. Go the other way by Harris does a good job shielding him off of that one. He's not too happy with Alvarez kicking the ball afterwards as a look towards the referee. Good hustle coming out from Gopal, but he can't stop this attack as Chambers try to put it across in there. That gets blocked, and Arnold is now going to take a few seconds before booting it down the field and allowing his London players to get back into position. And this is what you're going to see from Wilson right now. Wilson is usually one of the players who's suited up. He knows at this point, hustle and give whatever you got, put a high press on, try to see if he can force a mistake. It's not going to be stopped as here comes McAuliffe. He's all the way up. He's able to find a player, and Abdul Mumini. And Abdul Mumini put this one towards the goal. Now he's going to cross this one back towards the outside. McAuliffe's going to dive to try to put this one back in. It's just too far away from him, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. But that gets some applause from the Pro-Stars FC faithful, cheering on their team a little bit, seeing that the progression towards the goal is getting better and better. As FC London, again, you want to see if they can get themselves a second goal and just kind of secure themselves the points. Simpson does well to win now in the air. Second touch there from Galley. Gets this one now over to Abdulmamini. He tried to play a through ball in to find Edwards. Couldn't find him though. Nice little flick there from Ribeiro. Finds Melo. But Melo's pass got read perfectly by Galley. Galley though couldn't get to that one in time. Stakowski just going to control this ball and wait for New Jersey to come at him. Good hustle coming from goal on the touchline. Hits it off of the player, and the assistant referee is going to give it in favor of FC London. And play will be resumed here. Dangerous pass there from Gopal, almost gets intercepted as Ribeiro's going to hold strong. So just an update on the other games going on. Woodbridge is still up 1-0 against Unionville. That game is back underway after the weather delay. And looking over, it's still 1-0 in the other game between Vaughan and Aurora, which is also slowed down by inclement weather. They should be restarting themselves very shortly. The referee just wants to make sure he gets that ball into the correct spot. As the ball will be played short, and that's a miss hit there from Simpson. And Alvarez almost made them pay, but a good job there from Reed, able to hold it down. And now he plays the ball as Simpson wanted to play earlier, but he can't catch up. This Edwards, and he goes too far out of him and out for the throw-in. Mello, nicely controlled this time by Wilson. Wilson now trying to find someone to pass the ball to. He's trying to shake off Reed. Not able to. He's forced to pass backwards. And London right now getting into their groove here once again. Trying to just slow this game back down as Pro-Stars starts to pick up the momentum a little bit. So London will try to pass around, but there you go. Pro-Stars starting to read these passes and starting to get a little bit more onto the toes. We're seeing a little bit more speed and effort coming out from these Pro-Stars players in the second half, not allowing FC London the same amount of time they did in the first half. And that's what we like to see, those adjustments we were talking about in the first half, what they have to do in the second, and we're starting to see it here. Maybe plays this one too strong, and that's going to overhit as Chambers ran already right by that one, and that's going to allow an attack the other way as they find a through ball in for Alvarez, who's going to try and drive his way forward, and this goes right towards the winning goalkeeper for Pro-Stars. Not much control between these two teams right now. I guess you could also say it's just reflective onto the white grass. It's not as crisp and tight as we saw in the first half. The rain conditions probably playing a factor here in between these two teams, playing as quickly and I guess possession-wise as they would have in that first half. But this frantic pace a little bit, I think it would favor a Pro-Stars FC team who's looking to get back into this game. Some great individual moves, and there's a shot, there's a rebound, and Campanico is able to hop right onto it. Arnold, the left back, making a nice little individual effort, getting himself through a couple of players, and somehow getting a shot away. And as soon as he gets a shot, he gives up a foul as well, does Arnold. But a good play there, and nice shot from Campanico, able to hop onto the rebound, and not a lot of second chances. Wilson was getting ready to put in the garbage. Edwards trying to hustle. Heath though shifts over and he forces another corner kick for Pro-Stars. Edwards doing a good job since the coming off the bench in the second half. But he found his way into the game and started to become a little bit of a nuisance. Boston, but I think he's start playing. Battle around the penny mark. This was going to go towards the far post. A little bit overhead there. You might have, just with the amount of blue jerseys around that goal area, you might want to target that, but 1-2. Now Simpson might get across, and this one's going to go to far post. Headed back in. There's a shot. It gets blocked. Second chance. The screen for a handball is Pro Stars. They think that one hit off the arm of Heath after that shot coming in from Reed. The referee says no, and Martinez must have said something to the referee after the no call on the handball, and the captain, Nicholas Martinez, will pick up a yellow card for consent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee issues a yellow card to number 6 of Pro Stars FC Academy, Nicholas Martinez. Yellow card.
Nice little throw down for Wilson. He's able to control this one. He's going to bring this one all the way back towards the midfield for Nafar and Mello. Martinez is coming in hustling. He's got to be careful being on the yellow card now. He knew he couldn't jump in onto Mello there. And Mello looks like he picked up a knock after that one. And he have a chance coming the other way as Heath brings down the player who is all alone. Now we're going to have to keep an eye on to the referee. Which card will he go towards? And it will be a straight red. The center back, Bradley Heath, picks up a straight red card, and FC London will be down to 10 men after he brings down a streaky Abdul Mamini on a breakaway. And not only is this a huge loss for FC London in this game, it's a huge
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has issued an expulsion from the match for number 4 of FC London, Bradley Heath. Expulsion, ejected from the game.
And that's not, with a straight red, that's usually a minimum of 3 games. So he might, just with that red card, he might not be able to play in the League One Ontario playoffs with that one. And that's a huge loss to have your center back. Not only, like we said, lose here in a critical moment where they're trying to get in the playoffs, but if they do qualify, you might not even be there. So for Pro Stars, as we have an injured player in behind, we mentioned Mello picks up a knock after he passed the ball off. He's going to get taken a look at from the train set as FC London is getting ready to make a substitution themselves, probably to counter the red card at losing Heath. So we'll wait for a second to figure out who this substitution will be. Or they're going to do this one after the free kick. Let's wait and see. So it'll be Carson Wood entering the game. Now we have to see, and it'll be Thomas Alvarez coming out. So one of the strikers is coming up for FC London, and Carson Wood will come in. So probably an attacker off, a defender on for FC London. And we'll see a second player get ready to enter the game as well for FC London. Looks like Mello might be able to shake it off, so Mello might be able to re-enter the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for FC London into the match. Number 21, Carson Wood, replaces number 11, Thomas Alvarez. Wood into the match.
It will be Reed. He had a good chance earlier on a free kick. Can he find the netting on this one? 5 players in the wall for FC London. He got it onto goal last time, forced a nice save from Sikowski. Mello has been waved back on by the referee. So back to 10 men will be FC London for this set piece. Sikowski yelling at his wall to get them into the correct position. Comes Reed, nicely taken and a beautiful save. Sikowski is able to steer that one aside. Sikowski didn't want any rebound this time and made sure to get strong hands in behind that one and put that one away. Great parry there from the FC London keeper. as the attack still continues. Pro Stars smell blood right now. They're up a man. They want to tie this up. They want to be a spoiler. Simpson sends it up for Reed. Reed's going to play forward, and Chambers finding a way forward. Chambers going one-on-one against Arnold. He's going to get some help from his second player. Chambers tries to work his way forward, and Chambers will get called for a foul, as they're going to get told to move back and get themselves into the correct position. 80 minutes have been played. 10 plus minutes to go. Now we're having a huge argument on the bench right now. Coach Marcochia not happy, having some words with the fourth official. And the referee, Brian Butlers, have to come over as well to calm down this the FC London coach, who's absolutely livid onto the sidelines. Looks like calmer heads have somewhat prevailed as play will resume here as Reed is able to win the air. So 10 minutes plus some form of stoppage time obviously here in this one for the Pro Stars to try and see if they can tie this game up. Arnold taking the time, and that's what you're going to see, as many opportunities as they can to slow this game down. Plays it in towards the middle. So it looks like after the red card, Fawcett has now moved into the center back, and the newly introduced Wood is now in the right back position, and he's going to get into the attack. Here is Wood. Wood's going to try and play across. That hits off of Simpson, and Caponico stays on his toes and is able to keep that one in play. He didn't want a corner kick. As he's going to try to put that ball quickly the other way as Chambers wins that one in the air. He puts this one towards the middle of the field, but Fawcett puts this one back down, and Wilson is onside. He's able to get onto the end of that clearance. Wood once again hustling up into the attack, the right back, playing a little bit more offensive as he falls down.
Good.
We got an injured player in behind the play. That's Reed. Looks like he's slowly getting up to his feet, but he's going to look to continue here as we have a foul going against FC London as Ribeiro brought down Martinez, and he's a little bit slow to get up, and Martinez trying to help him get back onto his feet. Looks like Ribeiro caught a little bit of an elbow to the face, just holding his lip, making sure there's no blood. Harris. Switch this one over to the far side. Cam behind Chambers. This one gets again. They try to head it on, but Pro Stars just can't find a way right now through this FC London defense for just holding the fort right now, holding on whatever chance they have, and as it's a 3rd-minute goal from Patrick Mello, setting the tempo early. That FC London separates these two teams, as we have an update going on here from Woodbridge. Woodbridge has extended their lead 2-0 over Unionville. So Woodbridge, Tyrell Rain picks up a huge one. So with that, I would think it's almost done there, as Woodbridge should cement themselves into the League 1 Ontario playoffs. But the Rain got an all-important second goal. That one as came to a first was Cincinnati. Reed back for Simpson. Sends it on to the far side. McAuliffe's going to try to put this one into the air. Front gets it over towards the player. Sends it in. Chambers. No. Fawcett is able to poke that one away. Again, Darren Chambers being a nuisance onto this back line for FC London, trying to see if he can get himself to break free. Galley puts this one high in the air. Get out towards the defense who's going to cross this one in. Harris puts it up, but he's offside. Close opportunity there for the Pro Stars. We have a player down hurt and a player down. And the referee is waving towards Galley, telling him to go off, but Galley said, no, I'm okay, I don't want the training staff. He doesn't want to come off as Galley. He's going to continue as he got a little bit of a knock in the head, but an offside going against Pro Stars with another great opportunity. I feel like if he wasn't offside, he would have been able to score, but here comes London the other way. There's a breakaway sent in for Gopal. Could he end it? No, he shoots it. Second opportunity. No, saved again. Chad Gopal with two great opportunities up tight as we have a late challenge coming in behind the play. And it's going to be a yellow card. And I believe it was the man who just had that opportunity. I believe that's Chad Gopal who picked up the yellow card. Yes, it is. So Chad Gopal, after having denied twice up close, he'll pick up a yellow card after that challenge. And he's upset with himself after that one, knowing he had the game on his foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee issues a yellow card to London FC's number 17, Chad Gopal. Yellow card.
Campanico gonna send this one in deep, flicked on by Galley and not able to control it is Abdul Mamini. And Sikowski trying to wait any little extra seconds he can, knowing there's just a few moments left to go here. Intercepted. McAuliffe does well. He picks the pocket, hits it in for Martinez. Martinez tries to play this one out wide. Ribeiro puts a foot up high as Chambers goes flying over the challenge from Ribeiro. And Coach Medeiros isn't happy. He thinks Ribeiro should have got a yellow card for that challenge. This one's going to set up a great opportunity again for the Pro Stars. FC London has to keep their cool. The skipper, Martinez, on the set piece, ready to cross this one in. Moves this one high towards the air. Fawcett is able to get to that one, and he'll head it aside for a corner kick. Another opportunity in. Try to play it around that point where all the players are nice and jumbled together here for the Pro Stars. This one's going to get put right to Sikowski. He falls down as he got two hands onto that one. And Reed collides into the keeper, and he's going to get helped up by Abdul Mamini. And it'll be a free kick for FC London. Looked like Sikowski did get two hands onto that one, so good call there from the ref. Update over on the Vaughan and Aurora game. The game still remains 1-0, but the game is back underway after the weather delay. So make sure to stay tuned on the Twitter sphere or www.league1ontario.com for updates onto that match. Can Vaughan pick up 3 points and jump into second place? Can Aurora somehow find a way to squeak into the playoffs? So make sure to stay tuned. Martinez throws this one down the line. Abdul Mamini trying to hustle, but Fawcett kicks it away from him. Looks like FC London getting ready to make a substitution. Probably some fresh legs getting ready to come onto the field. As we have a deep throw getting ready to throw in. Put down by Galley. It's bouncing, but nobody could put it there. That's a huge bounce in the goal area. And coming in tight was Chambers. That's a great flick coming in from Nicholas Galley to create that opportunity.
43 minutes. 43 minutes.
A little bit of a fall there coming in from Nafar. He'll take himself up. As here comes the substitution coming in forward. And it will be the player who just got fouled, it looks like. Mohamed Reza Nafar is getting called up. He doesn't notice yet, but he will come up. And Ben Weishaft, we figured he'd be one of the substitutes coming into the game. So Weishaft will come in and he'll replace Reza Nafar. So Wilson will probably drop back into a midfield role, and Weishaupt will be the lone attacker up top for FC London, and he'll play that striker position, put some pressure onto this Pro Stars defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for FC London into the game in number 19, Ben Vishcraft replaces number 8, Mohamed Reza Nafar.
Edwards can't reach that one. And Pro Stars starting to get a little bit of frustration as we have the indication from the fourth official. 4 minutes of added time left to go here in this one. So just 4 minutes for FC London. Can they hold the ship?
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has added a minimum of 4 additional minutes to tonight's match.
And Chambers wins that one in the air. Can't get it forward. It's Sikowski. We'll jump onto the loose ball. As he's going to look to try to get some space before throwing this one out. And he's able to find Arnold. FC London down to 10 men, holding it down. And here comes Weishaupt with his first opportunity. Going to be his nuisance. That's his job since coming on. Run your tail off. And that's what he's doing right now up top. Simpson back for McCallum. Can Pro Stars get this ball up the field? Not able to find a hole as Weishaupt does well. The substitute comes in to interrupt it, and now London will get some possession as the ball comes to the near side for Wood. Wood will probably bring this ball into the corner and just try to shield it. Instead, he's going to try and drive him himself. Smart decision, just bring in the car, but he finds a teammate to pass it back. And now they're going to try to cross this one. And there's the header! And Weishaupt, I believe, was offside. It would have counted regardless. It would have been an offside, but a great individual play coming out here from the defense. A play from Carson Wood just starting that whole play as we have a foul going against Pro Stars. +2 minutes to go. The final regular season game here in League One Ontario. FC London sitting in with the win that they would guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs and get themselves a 7th place finish. Very likely a match against Avondo Zerbi in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's yours, FC.
Martinez wins that one in the air, but cat on by Fawcett. Harris tries to put this one back in. Martinez gets it over, and the ball's going to find its way down for Chambers. Chambers has himself some space. We've seen some speed coming out from him, but he didn't get it anywhere, and he gives himself a hard foul. That's an easy yellow card there as he puts the arm to bring down the player, and Darren Chambers will pick himself a yellow card. He got a little bit selfish there. He had some space. Instead of playing the ball out or utilizing the space, he got rid completely.
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card to Pro Stars FC Academy, number 9, Darren Chambers.
This play will resume here with Ribeiro playing it into the corner, and Weishaupt, he's just going to hold this ball in the corner and try to kill as many seconds on the clock as he can. But Simpson will come out with this one, but no blue jerseys are up there to support him. Wilson going to continue to drive. Wilson falls down, and it's a penalty! Connor Wilson drove towards the net, and he gets brought down by Simpson. And it's a referee, no hesitation there, points to the spot. And this could seal it here for FC London. 4th spot in the playoffs. I believe that's Weishaupt, the substitute, getting ready to take this one. Confirm with that in just a second here, can't tell. Here comes the penalty, off the post! Second opportunity goes over, And could have iced it right there, and that was Wilson. Connor Wilson, the man brought down for the penalty, took the spot, and he rang it off the iron, and the game remains 1-0 for FC London against Pro Stars. And Wilson will be thinking of that one if Pro Stars are able to get a chance here. Martinez sends us on, but there goes the fine. Jason Valancourt and Rashawn Mendonca. The fourth official is Marco Grubisic as the action is underway with Pro Stars McAuliffe. He's going to try to play it around into the midfield that instantly turned over. We're mentioning before the game here at Victoria Park, one of the nicer fields here still left to go in this August season when most of the grass fields are usually torn up, as we just saw on Friday night's game at the Vaughan Grove. This one still has some good turf on it left. We should see some good crisp passing here in this match today. It's going to be settled in to the back line for Arnold. Keep an eye on him and Randy Ribeiro to set up some plays from the back line and utilize the goalposts down the wing, Ethan and Chad, to be able to send in some good efforts for this FC London squad. As their lone striker up top is Connor Wilson. He's always at the top of the Golden Boots scoring lead. 11 goals so far this season. So have to see if he'll be able to continue today going against Aaron Chambers, who's looking for his first goal of the season up top for Pro Stars today. Some good composure in the backline. Sikowski, one of the mainstays for this FC London squad, a true leader in net for the team. He's going to play it amongst the back, but Arnold just has that one hop over his foot. And Pro Stars are going to try and throw this one in quickly with Lopez to put this one back into play. He's going to send it down the line to Mabubula. He's going to send it cross over to the far side. Too strong to get it onto the Chambers, and he's going to look to head it back towards Harris. Harris's efforts trying to work his way by Ethan Gopal. Not able to, but Pro Stars will continue the pressure here with a throw-in. We'll talk more about those League One Ontario standings as we have other games going on currently at this time, which all influence those League One Ontario standings. So I'll let you know about who can make the playoffs, how can they make the playoffs, and what teams will be looking for some good results in the matches as we have our opening corner kick of the game. Players are lined up man-to-man towards that far post. So this one's going to go around the penalty mark, headed away by Nafar. And here they come onto a counter-attack is FC London. It's a good pass down the line, and chasing after this one is Chad Gopal. Going to hustle down this left wing, going to look for some support as Arnold's coming on an overlap, but he gets a little touch there from Ribeiro, who's going to try and switch it over to the far side for the other Gopal. It's Ethan. They're passing around, but can they find a hole? Yes, they will, and they get the goal! Some good movement coming out from FC London onto the counter-attack. And they are able to put that one in home. And that's a great opening effort from the FC London squad. I believe that's Sean Fawcett, but we'll let you confirm with that in just a few moments. But that's a perfect start for this FC London squad, just a couple minutes into this game. And it's Patrick Mello, number 2, picks up the goal. This is his first goal of the season. And it's a great start for this FC London squad, who desperately need a victory today. Although, even if they do lose, they might still squeak.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening goal of the game,
they want to
scored by
their
FC
own
London's number 2, Patrick Mello. The time of the opening goal, 3 minutes. Mello at 3 minutes. London FC 1, Pro Stars FC Academy, no score.
Nice little ball play on this side. Mabula almost got to that one, but shifting over there was Ribeiro to poke that one aside. And Pro Stars, although they had some good movement coming in this opening couple minutes, it was just that one quick counter-attack. And FC London, not a team that scores many goals, but they're one of the toughest teams to score against. And Pro Stars FC is putting themselves in an early hole, going against a team that's averaged just over 1 goal per game. Arnold stuck in his own corner here, trying to see if he can find a deep throw to get this one down the line. He gets beaten to the air by Martinez. as they try to continue to go through on this near side of the field. Gopal wins it back, gets it over to Arnold. Tries to play it in for Mello. Mello got it knocked away, but Sikowski, he's able to run out of his goal and he's able to pick up the loose change. Something I really like with this FC London squad, some great composure in the back line, not afraid to utilize the goalkeeper and the defense. And Sikowski will be patient as he's going to wait for an option in the middle of the field as Nafar did well to win that one in the air. Going to play down to the left side as Nafar is going to carry this one up. Joining with him is Alvarez. Not seeing anything going forward, and Ribeiro will reset in his own end, and that's Fawcett trying to play a long ball down the line, a little bit too strong to find any of the players up top, and Simpson is going to send this one back right down the field, but can't keep that one in play, and will go out for a throw-in. Today's League One Ontario action is fueled by Gatorade, the official sports fuel of League One Ontario. Try the new Gatorade Frost today. Gatorade Frost, your fuel to play cool. As he has some good hustle coming in from Wilson. He put his hands up expecting it to be a corner kick. He thought it took a deflection off of Harris, but the referee and the assistant both disagree with him, and it'll be a goal kick for Campanico instead. Good boot up, 50-50 ball, one in the air by Mello. He's going to play it over to the far side. Chad Gopal tried to play a pass through, but it hit the referee, unfortunately. But London will be able to pick up that loose ball once again and continue to go forward. Check that. They're going to go backwards instead. And Sikowski will reset in his own end. But Pro Stars are trying to put a little bit of a high press and not give so much time for this London defense to move the ball up. And they almost get away around it, but Ribeiro did very well, getting some good composure to be able to get under that pressure, but that through ball is just too strong to get onto Ethan Gopal, and that one will go right out for another goal kick. And if you're Pro Stars FC, you want to get back to what you're doing those opening couple minutes, get the passes and play this one in short, as you're going against a very tough backline against FC London that's very strong in the air. And if you're playing these 50-50 balls in the air, you're going to be struggling to win some of these, as London, right again, they get this one right off the goal kick. Nice movement coming out from Nafar, able to get it back towards Mello, and he'll send it over to Alvarez. Alvarez sends in Gopal, but that touch just goes too far ahead of him, and it'll be an easy grab once again for Campanico. Martinez looking for that pass. He's not going to get it as they try to force it down the middle of the field to get to Lopez. And this Pro Stars FC still able to push on to the far side. There's a side volley from Paris and goes right towards the waiting hands of Sikowski. But that's a good quick effort coming in forward from Pro Stars FC, utilizing Lopez to send in a nice ball up from Paris. He might have been able to afford a touch right there onto the attack, but didn't want to take any chances knowing that the defense was coming right onto him. A little bit of a late tick there coming in from Martinez. He knows it was a foul, just going to offer it, and the referee, Brian Butler, is letting him know no more here already. It's an early warning for the skipper of the Pro Stars. Fawcett with a nice little jump, able to control that one. What you'll see with FC London, it's not exactly the most exciting of play. They're very patient in the back, focuses on more of a possession style of game. And you're seeing that here early. But that pass just pops over the foot of Mello, and now Chambers might be able to go the other way. Chambers is still driving, gets around one player. He's going to try to go through the second player. He gets a shot away. There's a rebound, and Sikowski is able to jump onto the loose ball. And nice little individual effort coming in from Darren Chambers, able to get around a couple players and pull the shot away. And Sikowski is able to jump on his own rebound to cover that one up. 1-0 though here for FC London over Pro Stars FC, and a third-minute goal from Patrick Mello after a great little counter-attack run coming in from Chad Gopal to set that opportunity to go forward. Keith Working with Mello once again. That's again a little bit of a slight rain start to happen here at Memorial Park Stadium. So usually when it has conditions like this with the grass, when you get that little bit of a skip, you're going to see that ball move a lot faster on the ground. So if you're an attacker, you might start to play hard and low type of shots, as it'll be much more difficult for the goalkeepers to be able to make the save. As here comes Wilson trying to force his way in through the corner. Nice defense coming out from Pro Stars as they're able to deflect that one up for throwing. Quickly taken by Arnold back towards Wilson. Didn't look like Arnold was ready for that return pass, but he's able to hustle and keep this one back in. Ribeiro sends this back towards Keith. Finds Mello as senior slow things down here. Keep an eye out on those other League One games going on as well. As we have a third ball, that ball is already skipping right by and it goes out. A couple other games going on right now in the League One men's action. Unionville is visiting Woodbridge. Woodbridge needs some points there to secure themselves a playoff spot. And Avon Missouri is going to try to see if they can play spoiler, as they will try to face Aurora. And with a win for Vaughan, they would jump into second place in the League One Ontario standings, which would be very interesting for London. They might likely finish seventh if they pull off a victory here. Lost it with some time, trying to force it up the middle. Martinez does well to intercept, as they're going to try and play a ball down the left side too far to get up the field. It's going to be controlled into the midfield. Keeps the goal ball. Try to work his way forward. Gets knocked down though by Reed, and it's going to be a free kick just past midfield for FC London. On the near side as it goes over towards Arnold. Arnold gonna play down the line as he's able to find Gopal. Arnold once again as the rain's starting to pick up here in Brampton. Good movement, continuing going through, and they force his way through a couple bodies. He still continues running, isn't far. He's gonna get a shot away. It's gonna be an easy grab for Campanico as he's able to get that one right towards the chest. But good early look there from Mohamed Rizanatari, one of the quickest footwork style players here in League One Ontario, as he's able to do some great individual rushes and set up Connor Wilson with some good opportunities to get some goals. Ribeiro back out to the outside. Hustling after that is Ethan Gopal. Playing a little 1-2 with Mello. Might be a touch too heavy. And Harris is just going to let this one roll right by and out. Starting to pour now here in Brampton. As we have a couple bodies flying right over onto this newly wet turf. Much easier to slide on as it gets into the corner. White. They'll be able to clear back and out as Ribeiro tries to see if he can put this one right back in. Try to play a ball down the line, but Habibullah is do well and win it right back. Habibullah gets knocked down from behind. He's looking for a call from the referee, but it looks like Ribeiro got all ball on that challenge. So nothing to do there for referee Butler. We said it earlier on the broadcast, quick passes, a lot of possession, don't force the ball up unless they have a lane possession style team for this FC London squad. They're going to slow themselves down into midfield. Gallo try to force a pass though, and they get read by Lopez. They might try to go the other way with Martinez. Martinez forced to go all the way back from the pallet, and he's able to find a player in the midfield. Lopez with a good touch. He's going to try and run onto him, but shifting over there was Ethan. He gives a big boot to get that one out of play and out. then McAllister's getting told to move back here before playing this one in for Martinez. Over to Reed. Chambers drops back to help with a little 1-2 with Harris as he goes over the far side. Paris now. You got the Harris and Paris connection working together on this left flank. Unable to go anywhere with it though. Martinez tries to put a foot in there, but unable to get by. And now McAuliffe and Gopal having a good battle on this near side. And he gets poked away by Chad Gopal. He's going to try and continue his run, but McAuliffe holds strong and is able to at least clear it away for throwing. Arnold plays a 1-2 with Nafar and it goes all the way back to Ribeiro once again. London just going to slow this play down and find that gap in towards this Pro Stars team. And if you're Pro Stars, you're down by a goal here already. As the game starts to progress, you might start to look towards having a little bit more of a higher press. Not giving London this much time because their team will just sit back and wait for you to come. So if you don't try to challenge them just a little bit, they will just work it around. And then there is Ribeiro right there, was expecting that challenge, and he's going to use that opportunity to try to play a through ball between the defense. But McAuliffe is able to shift over and get that little 1-2 Campanico if you try to clear it away. Martinez, down the line, Mababula tries to work his way forward, can't get it by Arnold, and it goes right back to the midfield. Alvarez, he's going to work his way into the midfield, because a couple jerseys onto the back of him. He gets knocked down from behind, and it's going to be a free kick in such a crucial spot for FC London. Definitely goal scoring distance for Connor Wilson.
You're just it's all wet. Hello. Well, you have a nice wet butt.
Couple of white jerseys standing over this one. We got a 5-player wall right now sitting up here for Pro Stars FC. To be having a 6th player, knowing it's just going to be a shot from distance. And they're going to leave this one for Nafar. It looks like Nafar seems to be the player to set up for this free kick. Ribeiro takes it instead as he goes with the left foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to acknowledge the following league's player sponsors: Gatorade and Sweaty Fuels, League One Ontario; Peel Regional Police, official program partner for League One Ontario; and Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted brand for automotive race parts and accessories.
It's always very difficult when you have very strong set-piece takers with both feet there. So when you have those 2 players set up, you're not really sure who's going to be taking that one. And Ribeiro trying to utilize that left foot, trying to roll it into the corner, just got a little bit too much under it. But now here comes Pro Stars the other way. Nice ball played down to the left flank. Cutting inside his Paris. There's a low drive, but it's saved by Sokolski. And he's able to do well. Some good effort coming in from Paris and Mababula, who's now moved over to the left side. So already a tactical switch coming out here from San Medeiros. The wingers switching sides to try and see if they can find a little bit of a hole in this FC London defense. So Paris, after that chance, has moved over to this right wing, and Mababula has now moved on to the left side. Heath trying to play a through ball up to get onto Wilson. That gets blocked by Martinez. He's going to play to the outside. Harris for Reed, back towards Martinez. He might look to switch it here. Antonetti, back to McAuliffe. Harris trying to work his way through. Looks like Martinez and Reed, a little miscommunication between the two of them, but it seems to have worked out as they play a long ball up. But we see the assistant referee raising the flag, and Mababula is going to get called for an offside onto that switch. By a little bit, you saw Reed and Martinez both hustling to get onto the end of that ball. And Martinez looked like he almost took it off his teammate, but somehow got themselves away from the defense as it allowed for a good opportunity to get forward. Just under 20 minutes in here in this opening half. It's a 1-0 for FC London over Pro Stars FC on the final game of the League One Ontario calendar. If you can't believe it, the season's just flown right by. Women's are currently in their semifinals in their playoff rounds, and then the men's are just going to round things up and start the playoffs very soon next week. Good hustle coming out there from Ethan Gopal, dropping back to help out his team, and that's going to allow FC London to push the other way. Nafar. Down for Wilson, he's going to play it down the line for Arnold. Arnold fakes across, cuts it back towards his right foot, but some good support coming out here from Paris, and McAuliffe is going to force him backwards. Ribeiro getting a little bit too fancy, and now Pro Stars might get a chance the other way as Paris tries to put a ball right in by Heath. Heath puts down the leg down nicely onto the turf, and able to block that pass, getting towards Chambers as it will go out for the throw-in. But it looks like Pro Stars are starting to adjust themselves a little bit here on the field, not going to give the center backs Heath and Ribeiro too much time to play with it and find themselves a good passing lane. Because those are two players, once they're calm and composed, they're able to put a nice ball through a couple bodies to get up to the field. Fawcett does well to read that ball, and he's going to get this pass right here. Touches it up too far ahead to get onto Wilson, but it's going to get right back towards Mello, and he's going to control this play in towards the midfield. Pro Stars will get a throw in there as the pass from the far. And Gopal couldn't find it. Check that. It looks like it's going to be a London throw, so it took a deflection right off the leg, I guess, of the defender of Pro Stars to get this thrown. This leg goes right into the corner there. Play the 1-2 right off the toss. Trying to call for this one, but it did hit off the Pro Stars player last, and London will get another opportunity with the throw-in right in the corner. Simon Wilson's going to try to go up with it, but Cincinnati does well to clear this one at least to the midfield. Alvarez trying to put this one back in. He gets turned around, and it's already a yellow card for Pro Stars FC. And that one is I gotta say, I'm a little surprised by that one there. Didn't seem to have much going on so early, and I believe it was number 7 Mabubula, but we'll confirm with that in just a second here. We're gonna play this one in short right off the touch, as Melo's gonna continue to play here. Controlled into the midfield, and Nafar looking to play this one in forward. Gets it knocked away from him, and both players are battling back and forth, and this one's going to go towards FC London's favor. Lopez not too happy with this one, and some words coming out here from Reed showcasing his frustration about the call, and he's going to get a call there from the referee to calm down. Referee Butler not taking anything here.
Ladies and gentlemen, a yellow card issued to FC London's number 7 Ethan Gopal. Yellow card.
Controlled into the back line here. So after that commotion, Pro Stars FC going to settle this play down in their own end. It's going to work towards the midfield. Try to force him through. Fawcett. It was also through to the outside. They work it through on the left side, trying to far. Go for Wilson, and it gets a deflection out and it goes out for a corner kick. London will get the throw, and as you have confirmation of Mabubula picking up the yellow card.
Ladies and gentlemen, correction on the yellow card. It was issued to Brampton's and number 7, Habab Mamabula, yellow card.
And this one all the way back. Arnold, they're going to play this one in short, but Martinez read that return pass, now fooling this Pro Stars FC squad, and they're going to try to lead a counterattack the other way. As Chambers is going to take a hustle here, as Mello took a little bit of a trip there running onto the turf, but that ball will find its way all the way to Sokolski, so problem no more, as Patrick Mello taking a little bit of slide. We had a bit of a quick rainstorm going on here just a few moments ago, and that causes the turf to be a little bit wet and a little bit less traction out here for the players to make that run, as that pass from Lopez goes right towards FC London's Gopal. They're going to try to go the other way, but he goes shoulder to shoulder with the Pro Stars defense as the play will be settled in. It's Mababula into the midfield for Reed. Reed's going to send it through to the near side for McAuliffe. McAuliffe does well to control that. He's going to play down the line for Paris, who's onside. Paris is by Arnold. He's going to play the cross in just too far ahead for Chambers. And Fawcett is able to control that one down. Sokolski will be able to settle the play for FC London as it's starting to get towards a tempo which is not in favor for this London squad, as they want to slow it right back down. For all your informations, rosters, match previews, recaps, video photography, and more, go to League1Ontario.com. As we have a good through ball in on the right side, we'll interrupt that in just a second as Gopal's going to drive his way through it, and it goes across the goal area, but nobody is home. Nice opportunity there from Ethan Gopal breaking in on the right flank, trying to find Chad Gopal onto the far post.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ontario Soccer, who encourage us all to play, inspire, and unite. In Canada Soccer, we are Canada Red.
So all matches are recorded and available on the League One Ontario YouTube channel by the next day. Keep an eye out for the highlight packages and the future video magazine called The 12th Man, which focuses on spotlighting talent from all across the league. This week's feature took a look behind on Windsor TFC. If you want to learn more about Windsor TFC, make sure to visit the League One Ontario YouTube channel to find out more information. London doing a good job settling the play right back down to an almost snail pace here once again, as Ribeiro's going to carry this ball up. Coming into the playoffs, if FC London were to make it, they will be one of the more dangerous teams just because of how strong they are possession-wise and defensively. As there's a nice through ball played in for Alvarez. Alvarez is going to take a touch. The ball is loose, but Campanico is able to jump right back on it. And Thomas Alvarez got a nice ball played in from Nafar, and he wasn't able to get by the diving goalkeeper. Trying to go the other way, but that pass goes in behind Chambers, and Arnold will be able to slow this play right back down towards Mello. Lopez does a good job poking that ball free as Mababula goes back towards Harris. Trying to play a little 1-2 with Martinez, but the return pass was backwards, and he's got to hustle to give it back towards Simpson. Will now boot this one back down the field. Here's Nafar, like we said, a lot of great footwork coming out from him. He's not going to take any chances going against a larger frame than Reed, knowing how much of a reach he has to stop any movement, as Pro Stars try to send a quick through ball up once again to get onto Darren Chambers, but that through ball was played a little bit too tough. And once again, it'll go right towards Sokolski. He'll put this one back in short. And again, what I like FC London, right when the ball is pulled right back down, put it slowly short, back in play, and continue to go towards the pacing game that you like. And I think Pro Stars FC might have to start making some adjustments later on in this game to be able to counter the slow pace brought out from FC London. Simpson getting this pass in short. He's going to try to play through the midfield, as it looks like that's the Pro Stars FC way. Utilize Reed and Martinez in the midfield and have those two players try to spread the ball out wide, as Chambers has dropped back to support this FC midfield. Malibu with a high looping cross. Too far though to get onto Paris. And Arnold will be able to get to that one. And that's a matchup you like to see. Paris a good head, almost ahead of Arnold. And if you want to play that cross in the air, Paris should be winning those balls in the air most of the majority of the time. Chad Gopal picking up this loose ball. He's going to play a through ball in, and Wilson's going to get chased. Simpson's all over his back, though, not allowing Wilson to get anywhere. And Arnold has joined in onto the attack. He's going to leave this forward and far. They're going to try to play this back towards the near side for Arnold. Arnold tried to play a 1-2 off. He was already making the run to get onto the end of the return pass. And he lost track of the ball, and it just slipped off of his foot. That one will go out for the throw-in. Good job down the line from Paris, able to keep that one in play. This return pass can't find anybody into the middle of the field, and now Nafar has a ton of space in front of him. He's going to go on the attack. But that pass just goes right by the outstretched leg of Wilson, who looks a little bit frustrated with that one, knowing how good of an opportunity that was. Half an hour through this game here, folks, in the final week of the League One Ontario men's season play. And FC London are sitting right now pretty into a playoff spot provisionally with a 1-0 lead over Pro Stars FC. Third minute goal from Patrick Mello separating these two teams. Heath gets to play this one into the midfield, finds Nafar, and now they move quick. Gopal, he's going to work his way toward the sliding challenge from McAuliffe, hits it right towards Wilson, and Simpson comes over to save the day. As we have some great movement as Gopal's clearance somehow found its way onto the foot of Wilson, who almost pulled the trigger, but Simpson came in last second to clear that one aside. And FC London almost got a second one, as it looks like the rain is starting to find its way onto the field here once again. Far getting himself away from the attack, plays it off to Ethan Gopal onto the far side. Gopal can drag his way into the corner. Transfer can pull across, but Simpson's not allowing any lanes. And he will check with the left foot. It's off of a blue jersey, and Campanico will dive before the corner in. And he's able to keep that one out. Campanico looks like he's realized right now, after this couple first goal kicks, he actually played that ball in the end. No 50-50 short. Work the ball up, but that pass goes behind Paris and Lopez as he's here into the midfield. Gopal gets the pass from Alvarez. He's going to hit it over towards the car. Rain rail is trying to come down here on the corner. Gopal coming on to the top side. They found one-on-one. The other way, but unable to find Chambers once again. Harris walks out the ball, hits it right towards Alvarez. Alvarez towards Gopal. Gopal tries to get it forward. He can't get it by this one high and deep in the air, but Arnold will win against Harris. He said would be the other way around for Paris to win those high balls in the air, but Arnold able to time it nicely this occasion, and he's able to control it back towards that London possession. Too aggressive on that third ball. And like we said, in this type of weather and conditions, you want to play those balls if you're playing third ball hard and low as they have a push coming in behind onto Reed. It looks like we're going to be having a substitution coming out here in just a second here for Pro Stars. As the man who received the yellow card, it's Mababula coming off, and Hassan Abdul Momini is coming into the game. But not taking any chances on a yellow card already. An early first half substitution for Pro Stars FC.
Ladies and gentlemen, the substitution for Pro Stars FC Academy into the game, number 14, Hassan Habdoumani replaces number 7, Habab or Habib Mabouliam.
Skowski's taking his time here, waiting for the phone to retrieve. Maybe make one more rush here with just over 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go. We haven't had many breaks here in this game. Very simple game so far for referee Butler. Nothing too aggressive here onto the field. And it's been quite an easy game, so I don't imagine if it's anything, it's just going to be a single minute spread. But there's a turnover right there. Lopez, and he hits that one. A poor pass coming out from the defense. Ribeiro set it right up for Sebastian Lopez. And Lopez was going to be thinking about that one tonight as he went for hard on the laces. But he hit that one, caught the outside of the boot, and curled that one away from the net. And it just looked like he was a little bit too eager there. He had a lot of time. Could have possibly even challenged Sikowski one-on-one, taking a touch, relaxed it. But as soon as he got it, he tried to fire it first time. And as a goalkeeper, especially in the size of Sikowski, you're going to take that every day of the week, a shot from distance on a surefire breakaway opportunity. Arnold gets beaten to the ball by McAuliffe, and McAuliffe's going to move up with Paris. Paris is putting the hand up, expecting a handball on Ribeiro's sliding challenge. The referee isn't calling that one as Martinez is trying to put the body up to win that one. He's putting it right into the back of Arnold, but the London team will be able to kick the ball up the field. But it'll go as far down to Reed. Reed looking for a foul there. Could have played the advantage, but he was screaming for it. He got the call from the referee onto the challenge from Gopal, and the play will just resume. He's getting himself caught out of position. The center back's got to hustle to get back in, and he's going to get some help there from Fawcett to clear it aside, which will allow the center back to get into position once he got caught out after that sliding challenge. It's always the risk when you do make that sliding challenge. Get yourself caught out of position here as you have a quick little Zamboni break due to the conditions. And we're back underway here. Kick there from Simpson, hits off the body of Alvarez and Wilson. The one player up top, he knows his role there. He's not going to give the time for this Pro Stars team. He's going to put some pressure onto his defensive players and not allow them to move the ball as cleanly as they would like. That's what we have to see coming out from Pro Stars players. Chambers doing a similar place, not give Ribeiro and Heath enough time as they've been allowed here in this first half. As we have a long switched over, and it's going to find the man onto the far side. Harris, the left back, made a run all the way up the field. Pro Stars starting to get more of the possession, and they're starting to get into the game more as this first half has progressed. But it's still FC London who lead 1-0 into this game on a 3rd-minute goal from Patrick Mello, as Fawcett does well to win it right back after those passes are just foiled for this academy squad. Gopal up from afar. He's going to send down to the right side. Good ball played in for Ethan Gopal. He's going to be able to keep this one into the corner. He's got Wilson and Chad Gopal in the distance. He's going to cut this back, and it's going to be another shot from distance. But it's nicely bumped from Simpson. He's come up a little bit Habering after that one, but he looks to be okay. As Gopal trying to see if he can get a second opportunity to get this one across. He will. And it finds his way out to the far side, but unable to control that with Chad Gopal. Inside for Alvarez. Alvarez is going to go for a net, and he just fires it over. Good effort coming in there from Thomas Alvarez, but it's just a little bit too much under that one as he fires it over. Alvarez, we mentioned 3 goals on the season so far, second on the team in scoring, tied with Nafar. Trying to see if he can put himself clearly into that second place position onto that effort. Sansonetti and for Martinez finds McAuliffe. Now McAuliffe has some space on the line. He's going to play through ball in, and this is a nice run coming out to the right side. The newly introduced Abdul Mumini trying to go for an opportunity, but he gets it poked away from him. Looks like it's going to be a deep throw-in coming out here for the Pro Stars. He's going to lob this one into Abdul Mumini. He's not able to control that one off the chest, but they will get a second opportunity onto the throw. This time they go back towards Lopez, and Sikowski's calling for his defensive lines to get up the field, and Lopez will get called for being onto the back of Arnold. Right away, a great communication coming out from the defense, FC London. Once they saw that one pass going backwards, moved the line up, so it gives the attackers for Pro Stars having to be able to retreat. So if a ball were to be played, they might get caught out of position and no one would be able to get onto the end of the cross. Coach Medeiros right now having some words with the 4th official, maybe about that last call into Lopez as he's going to walk back towards the bench. He's going to throw him coming down the line. Wilson's coming in with speed. Sansonetti can't take any chances with one of the top goal scorers in League One Ontario right on his back. And he's forced to keep that one aside for a corner kick. London trying to go with that short option. Once again, just a single player from Pro Stars there to cover it. We'll see if they choose to play it short still, despite just the one player out there. They will do it. Pro Stars not setting a second player to avoid the shorts, and that's going to allow a cross to the far post. There's the header from Heath, but he's not able to put it in. Heath with a wide open header gets it towards the side of the netting. But it was a great movement coming up from London, and Pro Stars got to be thinking twice now. It's got to be sending a second player to cover that short onto the corner, as we saw the opportunity come in from that nice cross played in from Mello. Abdul Mumini touches it back towards Chambers. Try to play it right back towards the striker, and Abdul Mumini is going to do well to try to win it right back. But Fawcett is able to hold strong. He's going to try to hit this one up the line, and he'll hit it off of a blue jersey. Why not win a throw-in? Like we mentioned, FC London had a very, very slow start to the season. Most people were thinking they weren't going to make it towards these playoffs. And all of a sudden, they seem to have found a new form here in the second half of the season. And they look towards that game against the Oakville Blue Devils. They tied 0-0. They weren't in the game. Oakville dominated the game, but they held strong, held the line, prevented any goals, and picked up a crucial point. That's allowed them to pick up maybe some momentum and get some nice 3-point victories against Woodbridge, Windsor, and Aurora, and put them in this playoff position. As you have a shot from distance, and that one looked like it might have troubled Campamico a little bit, but it just went wide, as it was a nice little play coming out from Ethan Gopal. Just won't keep that one in play against Cincinnati. Tries to work it out to Arnold. Didn't try to send it through the other way for FC London. Wilson trying to find Alvarez, and he gets hawked down from behind by Simpson, and it's going to be a yellow card for the center back, as he felt like he got all ball onto that one. But the referee says he took out the back of the leg of Alvarez, and that's going to lead towards a free kick after the yellow card going against O'Dane Simpson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee issues a yellow card to Pro Stars FC Academy's number 3, O'Dane Simpson.
We have those two-legged affairs here. Ribeiro on the left, Nafar on the right. Ready to set up for this free kick. 4 players in the wall. Our goalkeeper Campanico. It's going to be Nafar this time, but he hits it right at the wall. And Campanico does well to keep that one in play. Nafar will be looking to hope for a better effort next time. You expect better coming in from the midfielder for FC London. And we look towards the indication from the fourth official, just a single minute of added time left to go here in this first
Ladies and
half.
gentlemen, the referee or the fourth official has added 1 additional minute to tonight's match. 1 additional minute added to tonight's first half.
As we have a good opportunity coming in and another corner kick. One last chance here for FC London. Trying to see if they can double their lead onto this one. Players up there once again play short. Again, I'm very surprised Posters just bringing the single player up to cover the corner. Seeing what happened on the good opportunity for Heath on the first opportunity, you would think the second member would be a little bit closer. This time it will get crossed in. Can't find anyone as it goes right back right to the corner. Gopal kind of hustles his way to the corner. He's going to cut back towards his left foot. Try to split it between the 2 players, and he will win himself another corner kick. Probably the last play you would think here in this first half. This time it's going to be Ribeiro with his left foot. It takes it across this one in. Got to put some pressure, and that one hits off of another defender onto Pro Stars, and we have a corner kick once again. Ribeiro putting it in a dangerous area on the goal area to try to cross this one in. This time Pro Stars will respond by bringing in 2 players. So no short opportunity now. As Ribeiro's cross going to come in. Heath does get a touch onto that one. It goes as far as Gopal. Gopal might want to put this one back in. He's going to play a little 1-2 and drive onto the left side. Gopal with the left-footed strike as there goes the halftime whistle here at the Victoria Park Stadium on the final